Hey YouTube, it's the Duffinator. So, gonna do something a little bit different than Blackstone cooking videos. My wife reminded me of a habit I used to have, or a hobby I used to have. Something that I love doing. I love to fix small engines. So, I've came across this family in need who needs a snowblower for this winter. And I just, after hearing the story, I happened to find this one in somebody's trash. They were throwing it out. It's missing the belt cover. The tires were flat, but I put air in them a few days ago, and they're still holding air, although they might be a little soft, so they probably got a slow leak in the tires. It does leak gas. When I put it in, the gas leaks right out of the carburetor, so I'm thinking the float and needle are probably bad on that. So, anyways, I decided that I'm going to try to do some small engine repair as a hobby and help people out when I do it. Now, my workshop is a little bit in disrepair. I haven't done anything in here in many, many years. I need some things. I did put a new top on my workshop table. I put a temporary leg where it was broken. I need to put a hoist in here. I've got a lot of organizing to do in my garage. But anyways, I don't have a lot of money, so to be fair, you know, I'm not monetized or anything, but I did start a GoFundMe just to raise a small amount of money to get this project going and get my workshop fixed up so that I can help people out. So I'll put the description to the GoFundMe in the link to the GoFundMe in the description. You guys are welcome to give or not give. Thanks for considering. I'll figure out a way to pay for everything if I don't get help. But yeah, so there'll be more to this video. I'm gonna try to record from, you know, some bits and pieces, like after I get the carburetor off, get the oil changed on this. I'm gonna take a look at the undercarriage to see if the gearing, the friction plates are working and such. So I'll try to give you guys updates throughout this video, and hopefully I don't forget to turn on the recorder. And thanks everyone, appreciate it. Okay guys, so the next thing we're gonna do is I'm gonna see if this electric start works. That's gonna be half the battle. I know there's very little gas in there. The bowl might be full but the gas tank emptied out. But I just want to see if the electric start works. If there's gas in the bowl, it may start up, which is awesome. So let's take a look. Okay, let's try a little choke. Well, that's awesome. Not only does the electric start work, but she fired right up. And she ran. Why would somebody throw out a perfectly good machine? Oh yeah, it's got a little bit of rust and it had 2 flat tires. Wow. I think this might not be that difficult of a job getting this repaired. Yeah, it's going to need some parts. Like the cover there. I think I'm missing some sort of a cover here that goes maybe over the spark plug or something. I have to check into that. Sand out that rust, paint it. I think I might be able to give this family a working machine for low cost. Yeah, very exciting. Let me know what you guys think. More to come as this video progresses. Okay, I'm ready to start draining the oil. So let's see what we can do here. Gotta try to prop up my phone a little bit so that I can record. Okay, let me just pause you a minute. So I got a little problem. The entire oil drain tube is turning instead of just the nut. Maybe I could try a little PB blaster on it. See if that helps. Boy, I definitely got to get my garage cleaned up. Finding things right now is maneuvering. It's tough right now. Let's see. Well, hopefully that works. Works on everybody else's YouTube videos. Hope it works on mine. Maybe in the meantime, I gotta get a pair of pliers on that pipe to hold it in place. All right, be back in a few. Okay, it's been a few minutes since I put the PB blaster on there. I apologize if things aren't visible for what I'm doing here. Trying my best to give you guys a good angle. Maybe that'll work. Well, we'll see. So first thing I gotta do is I gotta get that pipe tight again so that it doesn't leak. Okay, good, that's tight. Uh-oh. Still struggling with that pipe. Might need bigger pliers. There we go, she's turning. I'm sure this oil hasn't been changed since it was new. This thing's like 20 years old. And the fact that it's cold right now doesn't help. It's probably going to take a long time for the oil to drain. Now I did check the dipstick. There is oil in there and there was plenty of it. It's just very, very, very dark. You could tell it's old oil. So, all right, while that is draining, I'm gonna figure out how to get to the carburetor and we'll bring you guys back when I get there. Okay, so I figured out how to unscrew this tin, but it is hung up on something. It's coming off part way, but I can't get it all the way. What's that? Some sort of a grounding wire or something is hanging me up. Okay, let me get that disconnected and then we'll be right back. Okay, so it's not just the grounding wire hanging me up, it's actually the chute control that's hanging me up. So I think I gotta disconnect these and then I could pull that right out of my way. At least drop it down a little. And then I can move this more and then I can access the grounding wire a little better. All right, be right back. Okay, so what I learned so far, right, I did get this off and I put the bolt back on so I didn't lose it. But what I learned is I definitely need to invest in some ratcheting wrenches because my long ratchet set my deep sockets couldn't fit down all the way. So yeah, I definitely need some ratcheting wrenches. But now I can access the carburetor. Let me put some light on there. And I still got to get that ground screw out, wire, unscrew that, get it out. Looks like a couple of flathead screws. That's no big deal. Unless there's a quick release somewhere, which there might be right there. I don't know if you guys can see that, but right here where the wire attaches, I think that might pull right out. And then I can get this tin off. And then I can access the carburetor. The carburetor's held on by a couple of bolts. Everything looks pretty rusty and crusty, but still works otherwise. I don't see any kind of governor spring attached to it. Might be underneath. Yeah, I think the governor spring is over here, unless that's connected to the throttle. No. So, oh yeah, that's the throttle. So that actuates with the throttle. That's a little rusty and crusty. Might need a spring or something in there to get that to pull back. See anything else I could see besides the rust? I did price out a new carburetor if I do have to get one. It's about $15. Perfectly doable. But we'll see if we can get this one cleaned up first. This is the choke control here. So okay, so the choke control, I did pull the knob off of that before taking the tin off. Okay, now let's see, can I get this wire here disconnected without too much effort? I don't think I could do that without breaking it. Will I just pull out from over here? No. I definitely got to unscrew it. Okay, so we'll be back. Okay, so I learned something else, guys. You can do things the hard way, the easy way, or the even more hard way, which you might call the tard way. That grounding wire is held on by a bolt on the outside of the tin. And see if I can get this off without breaking it. There we go. It's coming. So had I looked at this a little closer, I'd have known. Oh, and now it's spinning on the inside. Let's see if I can hold that and turn it. Ooh, got my finger trapped. Oh, good thing I had my tetanus shot. So, you guys can't see what's going on. I got you in my pocket. So, I'm trying to turn this bolt, and all it's doing is turning the grounding screw there, or the grounding bracket, instead of loosening it. that's not working. But maybe if I can get under it, maybe I can figure out how to pull the thing off. No. Okay, let me squirt a little PB blaster on there. I'll try to hold it with some pliers. We'll give this another try. Hopefully these will hold it steady. Okay, that's working. I don't know if you guys are able to see or not. I tried to prop the phone in a way that you could. Maybe one day I'll get a GoPro and it'll make it a lot easier for everyone to see. Easier for me to edit too. Okay. I think I got this tin free. Wonderful. So I'll stick that bolt back in here so I don't lose it. Yeah, that looks good. Okay. Oh yeah, I pressed something on the carb and it started to leak gas. So let me go get something to catch it. Oh, that gas smells awful too. So I think when I put my gas in, which I put in good ethanol-free gas a few days ago, I think there was already some bad gas in the bowl. Let's see, can I get that under there? I want to catch what comes out. I don't think I could do that without dumping everything. All right. Let me see if I can get the carburetor just to come right off. And then we'll catch anything that comes out of that. Always remember where you put your tools, because you may not be able to find them when you need them because you don't remember where you put them, which happened to me just now. Okay. These break free. That's one. Let's see if I can break the other one free. There we go. Boy, those are hard to move. 20 years of grime on these things. And that's definitely not a carburetor bolt. That is for the choke. The choke lever, it's a lever holder. That can go right back on. I'll pull that off later. Okay. I think turn you guys right side up again. I think that is the bolt, one on each side. That's got to be the fuel line there with the hose clamp on it. Okay, yeah, I didn't look at that close enough. That bolt doesn't go all the way. I should have noticed that. Okay, so let me see if I can get these nuts out. I'm gonna pause you guys. Okay, so I had to take a little pause from getting the carburetor off. It's very stuck, so I think I have to take off the intake manifold in order to take the carb off, because I can't access the nuts easily. So I figured let's take a moment and look at this motor oil. Doesn't look great. I'm not seeing any metal or sparkly bits, though I'm not saying there's none in there, because there very well could be. But yeah, I've got some oil coming later today, so adding oil, getting it running again, that's going to be in another video. But yeah, that's that oil's pretty nasty. It's very, very thick. There's some pine needles in there. I actually think they might have been in the oil, because I don't have any pine trees near me. So, yeah, weird. I think there were some other globs of oil that came out too, where every now and then I heard something fall out that sounded globular. Anyways, I'm going to pause right now, and I'll take another crack at that carb and bring you back. Otherwise, that'll be in another part to this video. All right, thanks. Okay, so I was able to drop the bowl, and believe it or not horrible. That's just a little brake clean. I want to use brake clean on the internal parts of the carb. But I think it works better than carb cleaner. So the drain is what I was pressing on before. That drained gas on me. It makes sense that that's the drain. And I don't think that's a jet. Might be an uptake though. It's got a hole, goes all the way through. Very fine. So I don't know, because why is that hole there? Wouldn't that make the gas leak out? Or is that some sort of, it might be a little ball bearing of some kind. And maybe it just appears like a hole to me. So, oh yeah, that's a ball bearing, because I changed the background and what's showing in the hole doesn't change. So, okay, learning a lot about this carb. I'll clean off the outside a little. But I guess I could stand to get an ultrasound machine, you know, a little sonic cleaner. Get it very clean, but for now, I'll clean it chemically. Not too bad. Okay, now I'm going to check the needle and seat, see if they are functional. Hopefully you guys can see this. Try to put some light on it for you. Give me a minute. Okay, having trouble getting a flashlight on there, but let's see. The float seems to be working, but I think I'm going to have to disconnect it. I do got to get that carb out. That carb is filthy. Let's see. The float is actuating. I don't want to waste any gasoline by seeing if it shuts off the gas flow, because I already know it leaks. All right, so anyway, sorry you guys couldn't see that. I was pointing in odd directions. Yeah, I think the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take off that gas line. I'll try to get the carb off one more time, but then I'm going to call it a night, and we'll resume this in the next part of the video. All right, thank you guys. Okay, I've got the carburetor off by taking off the entire exhaust manifold. So the only way I could get to it, I did find the governor spring was attached over here. I don't really think that that's functioning correctly. So I'll have to give them, might need to be calibrated, which isn't too bad to do. I think I'm gonna soak all of this in WD-40 and see if I can get it cleaned up a little bit. But yeah, I think this is gonna be the last part to this one today. And I'll post another video sometime soon. So anyways, let me know if you guys think I'm getting in over my head. I know how to do the stuff. I just haven't done it in a lot of years. But again, look for the GoFundMe posted. If you guys want to donate, donate. If you don't, that's okay. But think about it, or pass it along to somebody who you think might be interested in donating. I'd appreciate it. Thank you.